Hey, Sean. For a while, I've been making videos on this channel for like 10 years now, 12 years, I don't know, almost 20 years actually. Been making videos for this channel. And I've changed over that time. And I think one of the biggest things, somebody asked me, like, what is your channel all about? And I paused because I used to say, like, well, it's about ultimate frisbee and video production, education. And more, I think the video is skewed toward philosophy and how to approach these things and the mindset you need. And the interesting thing about philosophy is that it's always changing. And I think that a lot of times is at odds with what our society may tell us about sticking to our guns and having our values and, like, you know, this is always the most important thing to me, and find what that thing is and cling to it and let that be your identity. And as we grow as people and experience more and understand more and experience more loss and more adversity, all these different things affect us and change us. And there's a wonderful expression, I don't remember which of the Stoic philosophers said it, but the concept of you can't stand in the same river twice. And there's a bunch of layers to that, but I think the two that matter to me are, one, if you stand in a river and come back a year later and stand in the river, it's going to be different because you're different. You might be taller. You might have learned something about water. You're bringing a different perspective than you had a year ago, just by the nature of living your life. But also the river itself changes. It's new water that was there. The water that you stood in a year ago is gone. Even the water that you're standing in right then is gone as soon as it's there. And with that, the river changes. It gets deeper. It changes its shape. It's a beautiful metaphor. And that applies to life in every way. And as we grow and change, limiting ourselves to a philosophy that resonated with us at a given point in time does just that. It limits us. And as I look at my channel and start to look at videos that I made a year ago about where I was creatively and the work that I've put in over the past year philosophically and with my approach to creative professionalism, I'm so much different than I was. And I look back at some of the things that I said, and I had this initial reaction of, like, well, I should take down that stuff. I should take down that content because I don't believe in it the same way as what I believe in now. And I talked myself out of it for two reasons. One, no one's going back and watching those videos anyway. No one watched them the first time. But also, if someone did, people are at different points in their journey all the time. And so that video might still resonate. That message might still resonate with someone who's in a different spot rather than somebody who's maybe in the exact same spot as me. And that's all okay. And it's a part of it. And it took me a minute I'm one of those people who, like, I've always wanted a good habit. I've wanted a good routine. I want to wake up and run and have this reliable routine that defines me. And that's what I do. And that's who I am. And that's really difficult for me. And I've tried for years and I just cannot slip into a good disciplined routine. But that's kind of a part of life. And my philosophy is the same way. And I change, and what matters to me changes. And 4 years ago, I did not have a son and a daughter. And I do now, and what I want to do with my day is different, and the pace that I want to live my life is different than it was a few years ago. And it doesn't mean that what I was thinking a few years ago was wrong. It just means that it's different. It's changed. It's evolved. Water has flowed. I have changed. And so as you're watching these videos, as you're pursuing whatever you're pursuing, give yourself some leniency to evolve. Because the worst thing you can do for yourself is dig in your heels and say, nope, this was my motto in high school, and it's still my motto now. And you may find that some of what you believe stays consistent. And a lot of the great values do, but you may interpret them differently. They may resonate with you differently. Your actions may embody those values differently than they might have a few years earlier. And so my whole point of making this video is give yourself permission to evolve, give yourself permission to change. And I would say the most important thing you can do for yourself is teach yourself to be excited about finding out that you were wrong. Because if you can do that, you're never going to feel failure. You're never going to feel disappointment. You're instead going to be excited for opportunities when you've stumbled and very proud of yourself when you find opportunities where you've succeeded. That's all I've got. I hope you're nice to yourself. And like always, I make this video not because I've understood it and I'm presenting it to you so you can join me, but more as a charge to myself and a reminder to myself of what I am trying to learn. That's all I got. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. I sincerely appreciate that. Have a great day or night or whatever, wherever. See you later. Bye.